Hello, my Bill 1000 Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another That Chapter. This one is titled Buddy Webb and the Disturbing Tunnels Under Texas. It is an older video. I'm not running out of videos on that chapter. It's just I wanted to go with an older one. Yeah, it's been a minute. All right. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get into today's story. Hopefully it's a little creepy. You know, I'm trying to find creepy things. I'm not wearing my, horns or anything because I'm not for sure if it is. So let's just go ahead and get into today's story. Go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, cup with someone special. Oh, let's find out what is in the tunnels under Texas. Yeah! Right on, cowboy. Hi ho, Silver. Away. Go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, call up with someone special. Let's just fuck it. Let's do it.
Sunday night. This truck's already been down the alley.
Oh yeah, this is Texas. I can hear it already.
They come down here. You're seeing here, white truck, real loud. You can see it's moving fast. Slam on the brakes, stop right outside my window, right there. See them slam on the brakes? So the Midland Police Department knows that I got a death threat 3 weeks ago. And of course, I'm shot inside my house, and I have proof of that. I've got still unidentified police caught in my house, still in evidence on the night that I'm shot.
Hey you, and welcome. Nowadays, much like the activities of John Lang, the nefarious activities of the government, whether they be real or imagined, can be brought to places like YouTube and spread to thousands. And much like John Lang, we're going to look at the story of Buddy Webb, who believes he has captured some sort of evil government operation right under his very nose. Buddy Webb is still active, posting his supposed proof of what the government are up to, and also, he has been shot because of it.
Holy
Let's
shit!
take a look at the disturbing story of the secret government tunnels under the city of Midland, Texas.
Really? Holy shit! Why are you crawling, bro?
I bought this home in 2008.
Buddy Webb has been documenting his experience and investigation into secret underground tunnels in the city of Midland, and right under his own house. Buddy got involved in this case in 2008, when, as a 25-year-old gas company employee, Webb was transferred to Midland, and bought a home where the previous young owner had only just died a couple of weeks prior.
During that time, between October 1st and October 28th, the previous homeowner dies.
His house is situated behind a Home Depot, close to a secluded truck unloading lane.
I take pictures in the morning, take pictures in the afternoon, so I could prove it to all these people. I got people breaking in my home. And so I went around for over a year before I ever come to the conclusion with systematic tests, with locking up, with verifying that they've been in the house, with making the evidence, taking the pictures and proving it. They're coming in some other way. It was another person that first suggested, do you think they're coming in from the floor? Once again, I had no concept or even imagine they're coming from the floor.
Okay, hold on. Oh, hold up. Okay. Why? So it's next to a truck loading lane. There is a fence blocking it. I mean, it's not a random possibility someone's trying to break into this house. I mean, we all know how shitty people can be. How are they coming? I mean, is there tunnels? Is this real? Is I'm from Ironton. Like, we have the Underground Railroad that goes through a lot of houses, and my grandmother's house is one of them. Like, in the closet, It's not, it's been filled in, but in the closet there was a way to get down into it. Like a lot of houses in Ironton have it. Even like my papa used to live in a house, and like you could actually still get down into the tunnels, and you could follow it almost all the way to the river. And then there's this big old grate over top of the before you get to the actual riverbank itself. So I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that there's tunnels that go all through that town. And it would definitely wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility somebody could get in there and be like, "Oh, where's this go?" and go up in there, open up a little hatch or something, and then next thing you know, they're in this motherfucker's house. Like, "Ooh, a nice shiny Frigidaire. I'm gonna make me a sandwich." Motherfucker better not be making a ham sandwich. That shit's expensive. Beat the shit out of him.
But that's what they were doing.
In January 2012, Webb reported a suspected drug tunnel that went under Midland to the DEA. However, he reported that the DEA did not give one single shit about it. Did they already know about it? Webb's first call to the police for a burglary was in November 2010, and his first call for suspicion of someone in his attic was in January 2011.
I actually heard somebody in the attic. I was sure they were in the attic. I was scared this night. There's probably a 911 call on this.
Over time, Webb has claimed that his house has been repeatedly burgled and broken into, and that someone is in his attic or climbing through the walls. He wound up calling the police several times, along with the Texas Rangers and the FBI. Then, 2 weeks after he reported the suspect,
he even got a hold of Walker? And nothing happened? Man.
Did drug tunnel that went under his house, he was shot in his home from the ground. Someone shot him while they were below him. His house does not have a basement.
PM got a picture right there at the bottom of the security picture. It shows me crawling on my hands and knees out and survived the murder attempt. Why was I crawling out of my home? Why didn't I just pick up the phone and call 911? Well, the reason is because earlier in the day, my cell phone had disappeared, just mysteriously disappeared. Now, remember, I got break-ins going on all this time, okay? But it had disappeared. After I get shot, literally just shot without warning other than burglar alarms going off, and I fall to the ground. I've got the phone, this cordless phone in my pocket. I try to use it and the phone line's dead. And then my next security camera picture shows these two police arrive at my home, okay? And so you can see them, and I've got that posted on my Facebook. Well, I find out there was no police dispatched to my house, and there was no police at my house, okay? But I know on my camera to the minute exactly when they showed up, which was 19 minutes after I called out. So we don't know how they know to come to my home. Did somebody call them? If so, who called them, right? Or was one of them the shooter? Who they are, and then who told them to disable the cameras, right? Because the next picture I got, which is on Facebook at 11:22, 1:28:12, is my outside security cameras being disabled, pointed towards the house.
He also believes that the previous owners were killed by the same people who shot him.
Whoa, like I love conspiracies as much as the next person I do, but this one, bro, like it's actually giving me the chills. See it? It's actually giving me the chills. It's creeping me I love it. I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing it. That's right. I'm pulling them out. This is creepy. I'm doing it. It needs to be done. This is deserving of the horns. Let's finish.
And that the possible murderers were none other than law enforcement itself. And then ever since, Buddy Webb has been monitoring police radio bands, hearing what's been going on all across Midland, a lot of which seems to reinforce his theory that they're all in on it, you guys.
Douglas, 10:17 with Susan after checking the area, said she was hearing some voices behind her house. Thought you heard two different people. One voice was saying, "We're going to kill you." possibly in the lot or backyard of the residence.
What?
And as you can see, he is quite the setup ready for any further incursion into his house. He has been meticulously documenting this on his YouTube
I would
channel
too.
ever since. But
Fuck
he
all
also
that.
claims to have plenty
You
of
gotta have
evidence,
proof, bro.
believing that there is a secret network of underground tunnels used for top secret military and intelligence purposes, as well as drug smuggling, human trafficking, and even prison breaks.
This is the wall directly behind my house. I just wanted everybody to see this foundation, which I thought looked kind of strange there. Maybe the backhoe hit that telephone pole when it's digging. And my best guess is maybe it's dug under, and possibly there's a tunnel right there in that section.
Webb believes they are even using the houses, like in this case.
300 Hickory. The complainant's saying she can hear someone up in the attic. She smells cigarette smoke. She took her family. They're going to be waiting out front.
This is a camera in my attic that I put up there because I have people breaking into my home, as I've talked about so many times, and then I have motion detecting lights that should never go off. At 7:51 this morning, a few minutes ago, motion was detected.
To cover up their supposed corruption.
It could have been a bird or a bat or a rat. It also depends on how you have your motion sensor set up. Like even shifting light can make them think that there's something moving. So, you know what I mean? When it comes to motion lights and stuff like that, I'm a little on the fence about them. Like I have motion lights around my house and there can be absolutely nothing out there and they'll go off just because like a car went down the road and the light flickered up against it and it's...
13-year-old Haley Dunn went missing in 2010. Her remains were found years later. Webb believes that she was linked to the underground tunnels, specifically child sex rings that operate there.
The 13-year-old Colorado City, Texas cheerleader that disappeared in 2010, and her remains were found in 2013, and how that possibly could relate to Midland and to these tunnels here.
2 days after I wrote the Department of Justice and suggested that they look in the now not so secret underground facility and tunnels by my home here in Midland, Texas. So she'd been gone over 2 years. I write the Department of Justice, email them, suggest they look here, and all of a sudden they find her remains in Scurry County.
And get this, Buddy Webb is not the only person who believes in these underground facilities under parts of Texas.
I had been told before there's an underground facility somewhere around here, okay? And she said, I said it's either here in my house or it's close to my house. And she says it's a half a block away. She goes, I know it's half a block away.
And the people working and operating these underground tunnels and facilities are apparently still interfering with him, still breaking into his house, specifically the attic.
Welcome
Why?
to my attic. At great personal risk to myself, I climbed up here because I wanted to show, you come up here and I'll see things that have been moved around or changed. There's just so many stories here. And
So, Buddy Webb's videos that
Here's my thing. Is this shit real? Or is he just doing it for like YouTube hype? I hope it's real. Like I don't hope it's real because no, I hope it's real. I'm a fucked up individual that likes weird shit like this, and I hope there is tunnels underneath there. I mean, I feel bad for like if people are dying because of it, but I don't know. It's just, is it real? I hope it is. Like, I don't know. I want at least one thing to be real. Oh, there's secret this, and it's like, oh no, that was just this, that was just that. And no, I want at least one thing to be factual.
kind of go on and on and on, and they all kind of cover the same stuff. So, the previous owner of the house was killed, but there were 2 death certs, which is certainly odd. Webb then moves into the house. He starts to suspect there are tunnels and underground facilities because there's a lot of construction in the area and it doesn't really make sense.
What this big machine is, that big light up in the air pointed this direction, it looks like it's gone all the way down here.
Others corroborate this because they listen to Alex Jones.
All the aluminum, so...
His alarm then goes off one night and he's shot in the foot from someone underneath his house. While he goes to hospital, he believes police came into his house, tampered with evidence and even falsified records while he was in hospital with his injury.
And so, but I kept seeing x-rays that had all these pellets in it, these shotgun pellets in it. And so I was going around, if you remember, I broke my toe and I have a foot x-ray 4 months before I shot. We left the room and I was up there and I took my foot x-ray that from 4 months earlier with the broken toe that was broken in half, right? And you've seen it already. Put it right next to the x-ray that's my foot, supposedly, that, you know, had all these pellets in it right here. And I'm looking at it, and this foot over here, the one with the pellets in it, has no evidence of the toe ever being broke.
Since then, he has doubled his security of his house and has still been getting broken into. However, he claims he gets broken into quite a bit, but I never, in looking through all his footage, see somebody else in his house. We'll have to take his word for it.
Burglar, what are you doing, burglar? How come I don't see nothing? How come the light didn't come on when that little alarm went off?
Maybe it's ghosts, bro. Maybe it's
the big question.
Maybe it's the ghost of the person that was murdered there. Was the person that lived there before murdered? Like, he said he was murdered or died, right? Maybe he was murdered, or maybe he just died and it's just his ghost hanging around or something. I don't know.
Is it all for real, or is it all in his head? Well, looking into this, there's a couple of red flags I think you guys should be aware of.
Okay.
In 2017, Buddy Webb appealed a protective order that barred him from any communication with his ex-wife or daughter. Due to, well, ironically enough, he was stalking her. They were married for only 3 months when they separated due to her feeling her life was in jeopardy. He was very delusional, she stated, and felt she was part of a conspiracy against him. Yeah, starting to make a bit more sense now.
Oh,
During
damn.
the marriage, he apparently locked her in a room and interrogated her. Webb had a theory that possibly there's a tunnel that comes under my house that goes up through these pathways that lead into the attic. Webb testified that the tunnel and pathways provided a transportation system for a prostitution ring. He then questioned his wife about her involvement in said ring.
Now, baby, I know there's an imaginary prostitution ring going on around here. Why are you a part of it? Do I not make you happy no more?
He has some interesting footage. I mean, some of it is just he's putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5. Okay, so what about the fact that he was shot from the underground, right? That's a big what? In fact, the time he was shot is in the court documents also. Let's take a look. The court documents say he likely did it himself, accidentally. He kept a small number of weapons in his house. The police sent a robot in to check it was safe first, hence them turning the cameras off. They didn't want a private recording of a police officer being shot, I'd wager. Inside his house, they found a tripwire connected to a shotgun. Buddy then later claimed that it was neighborhood kids who shot him.
Damn.
As you can imagine, detectives found Webb to be delusional, is the word they used. Now, we all know government...
I had high hopes for you, bud. I mean, I'm sure what Mike is about to say, the government can, you know, twist things to make them look better, make the person accusing them look worse, but
around the world do heinous stuff. That's true for eternity. Governments are always up to no good in some place. And I am very sure there are actual tunnels under parts of Texas used for people smuggling, drug trafficking, all that stuff.
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
see Sicario?
Yes.
That movie makes sense. Buddy Webb's insanity diarrhea that he spews on his YouTube channel, that doesn't really make sense. I mean, look for yourself. The links will be in the description. Have at it. Look through his entire YouTube channel. You'll probably find very little evidence, but if you find something, share it with the class. So in summation, I don't think there is any kind of conspiracy against him or anything like that. I think his videos show very little evidence. I think he's delusional, and I think he probably shot himself accidentally. Thanks for watching. Again, if you want to read more about this and check his channel out and
I mean, okay, it really could all just be a delusion inside of his head. Like, we all know this. We all know this quite well. We've watched that chapter. We have watched Coffee House Crime. We have watched Mr. Ballin. We've watched Nick Crawley. We've watched a lot of shit on this channel. And we know people can just be cuckoo crazy pants. But there is those weird moments where everyone thinks they're cuckoo crazy pants and come to find out that they're not. And like, I mean, how hard is it for government officials to come in and mess with documents and stuff like that? I mean, if we really want to like start throwing some shade on some shit, like, yeah, it could all be in his head. Or, you know, it could be government officials coming in and making everyone think it's all in his head so they don't have to worry about shit. You don't have to worry about someone if everyone thinks they're crazy. Yeah. I just sent myself down a fucking rabbit hole. I really enjoyed today's video. Like, I love this. This is a good talking point, man. Tell me how you all feel about down there. Like, is he just going batshit crazy cuckoo pants? Or is the government trying to make him feel like he's going batshit crazy cuckoo pants and everyone around him think that he's going batshit crazy cuckoo pants? That way no one believes him. Let me know in the comments below. All right, like I said, I really enjoyed today's video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did, go on down there, hit that thumbs up. While you're down there, travel on over. Subscribe. Become part of the Build 5000 Nation. We do some crazy shit here, bruh. And, you know, while you're down there, if you want to, go ahead, ding that bell. That way you know when all that crazy shit happens. And it's wintertime. It's getting chilly out there. Go on over, check out some Build 5000 merch. I even have some stuff for the holidays up right now. That way, in case y'all want something, it can be there in enough time for, you know, the ho-ho to bring it down the chimney. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Man, my outro's getting long. I need to, like, it's confusing. I never had to use so many words before in my life, and